Okay, London session live. London session starts in just over 15 minutes at London Open. Currently looking at MNQ. All right, so MNQ on the hard time frames definitely have a bullish bias here. Hard time frames are in trend phases or breakout phases. Trend breakout cycles on the hard time frames definitely have a bullish bias. We're currently above the previous week high, and so I would love to see price pull back to continue, but let's see what happens at London Open. So at London Open, the time frames that are in play are the H8 and the H4 Open. So I trade London session right at London Open. I want to see what happens at the previous H8 and H4, and sometimes H2 if I don't see anything good on those ones. All right, so last H8 bar. Last H8 bar closed bullish breakout. I trade that H8 bar on the M5. Setup time frame of the M5 is the H8. So I can see that we close as a bullish breakout. That tells me that we have momentum to the upside. And if we have bullish trend momentum on those higher time frames, first setup I'm looking for is a trend retracement setup. So we have a bullish breakout bar. First setup is a trend retracement. Want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the H2, and then take the trade back up to the highs. So breakout level of this H8 is right over here, this H8 breakout level. Want to see price retrace back to that breakout level, fake out momentum time frame, which is the H2 right over here, and then take that back up. Very small range, but that is technically the setup. I'm a mechanical trader, so that's what I'm looking for right there. We're in a trend phase here. We had a breakout phase breaking out of a range, and then we had another breakout which confirms that breakout direction. So definitely just waiting for price to pull back to continue. All right, so that's what I'm looking for on the H8. On the H4, we have another bullish breakout bar above previous week high, above previous day high, above previous month high. So definitely bullish here. I trade that H4 bar on the M3, and we have that bullish breakout and exactly the same setup. We have the bullish breakout. Want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, which is right over here, the H4 breakout level. Fake out momentum time frame, which is the H1, this middle one right here. H1 is right down here. So probably in the next 15 minutes, that'll get pushed up. By not too much though, so I definitely need to see price pull back to continue. You can see that we're in a range here, same on the M5. This yellow line tells me that we have a range, M30 range high, so the confirmation time frame is in a range. Would prefer to see a breakout or fake out of that range. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see what happens over there. And last thing, let's see what the M2 is doing. So the H4 and the H8, that pretty much covers the Asia session. So H4, previous H4 covers the second half of Asia session. The H8 covers the entire session. And the H2 is pretty much telling me what's happening right now. And you can see a fake out followed by an inside bar. If I don't have a breakout bar in any two bar combination, that tells me that we're in a range. So we're on a range on the H2. Don't want to be trading when we're in ranges. So I want to see price get out or continue up. I do have a bullish buy, so I'd rather be buying, but let's see what happens. So if we're in ranges, doesn't matter how that range was created. I want to be trading at the edges, reversal patterns at the edges or breakouts at the top. So that's what I'm looking for over there. All right, so still 12 more minutes. Basically, when in range, I need to see price get out of that. And okay, so what happens if it doesn't come down or doesn't break out? Then there is a possibility that it can actually fake out. One of the other time frames that are in play in London session. So at London Open, I'm looking for setups on the H8, H4, and H2. If I don't see anything there, if I don't pull the trigger, then I'm waiting for the H12 or H4 open in the middle of London session. So let's have a quick look at the H12. H12 is currently in breakout. 3 more hours left, so plenty of things can happen here. It can fake out. I think this is the first time it has triggered previous month high. It is the first of the month, so let's see what happens over there. If it's just going to continue or pull back. I do kind of think that this can actually pull back. So I trade this H12. The momentum time frame is on the M30. So M30, I look at the weekly as a setup time frame, but the H12 is momentum. Usually when I see price moving, the market moving, I want to see a pullback. And right now we've just continued to break out above this H12 high. There hasn't been any pullback. So I'm kind of anticipating a possible pullback for this session as well. So usually what I like to see is if price is pushing strong, at some point I want it to pull back either towards breakout levels to continue or to fake out the momentum time frame to continue. So you can always see how that works. You have a breakout, price pulled back to the breakout level of the momentum time frame, continue up, or break out and then fake out the momentum time frame to continue up. And so that's pretty much always how I know that price is moving and which direction it's going by where that peak level is. So I do want to see that fake out. If it's at ranges, I want to be at the edge of the range or close to that range to continue. But it's pretty much how I'm most trading. Wherever that fake out is, I want to go opposite, preferably. Um, And when price gets extended, there's always supposed to be some sort of fake out to make a move or pull back to the breakout levels to launch it back up again. And so that's kind of something that I'm anticipating as well. I want to see um, like something exactly like this actually breakout, 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 and then right at the top it'll pull back to the fake out levels. But I always prefer that fake out outside of a range. I don't think there was a range at the moment. Um, if it fakes out, then I'm looking for a move up or price to pull back towards that breakout level to continue up. And so right now we've had those breakouts in the current price action, but we have not pulled back, right? It's just continuing to break out. We have not had that pullback. So that is a possibility as well for London Open. And so two things I'm looking for. I would rather be buying. I don't like to sell when the market is so strong like this. So I would rather be seeing that pullback to continue trend retracement setup on this breakout bar. But if it doesn't pull back and it breaks out, then I'm either going to wait for the continuation or I'm going to be looking for that reversal. So my continuation on a breakout is the trend breakout setup. I want to see consolidation, which actually we do have consolidation here. We have that confirmation range, and then take the breakout if we have a fake out of the low. If price comes down and then fakes out that entire range, then this could be an early entry. If I miss that or if I don't get that, then I can take the breakout. If I'm not confident in that breakout, and I'm not a breakout trader, I'm not a natural breakout trader, so I'm usually not confident in taking a breakout unless I get a fake out. I usually will wait for price to pull back, fake out a low, and then continue. So because I feel that price has a possibility to come down and trigger the next H12 low, not this one, but the next one, which would be at this breakout level in London session, this one right here, I am going to be possibly thinking about that reversal, looking for a reversal setup or price to pull back, fake out the low, and then continue. I'm not going to take the breakout. Right, so the H12 is also right at the level of that breakout level as well. So lots of confluence for a reversal. And my reversal, the way that I take reversals, bearish ones, I want to see this structure, either a breakout bar or a breakout followed by a fake out. I want to see rejection. When I'm taking reversals, I have to see that rejection. I don't want to see a breakout and then flipping breakout levels. It has to reject a higher time frame peak level. And usually I'm looking for the H4 or the H8 to get rejected. So possibly the H8 is right here. So this can possibly be the reversal. The H4 is right there as well. So the H4 can be the reversal. There's also a possibility that this H12 can close in breakout. And then I'd be looking for that H4 fake out there as well. So this could possibly be a very tricky London session if it breaks out. If it gets down, to me, this would be an easy trade back to the top. But if it breaks out, it's going to be a little bit tricky because lots of scenarios can happen here. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. 7 more minutes. Let's see what happens. When I'm scalping, I'm not really paying attention to trend momentum. I just react to what the market is telling me. So right now, bullish, but I'd rather see this move. If it breaks out, looking for a continuation, I want to see that fake out to continue, or I want to see that reversal. All right, so let's see which one of those scenarios plays out. All right, so prices come up, triggered the momentum time frame high, has not triggered the H8 high though. So hopefully it stays that way, because then I would think that it would continue pushing down. Um, I think people would try to be selling it early, but since it has left a little bit of room up here, I think eventually that's going to come back up. And so hopefully this continues down, but it went the wrong way for me. I don't want to see price get up here because at this point, again, there's so many scenarios. I have no idea what it's going to do. So I might just have to play it safe again. I haven't taken a trade today. Asia session was uh, there was a good trade actually early in Asia session, but just slightly early for me, and it didn't set up perfectly. And then the range was so small that I wouldn't want to go for another one. So I'm still haven't taken a trade here. I don't mind going for something aggressive if I didn't take one in Asia, but right now I don't see too much. Okay, so I guess I just have to let this play out. If there's 2 hours left, then I'm waiting for this H12 and seeing if my trade's going to be here instead. Okay, so I have my alerts set up, breaking out or breaking out below momentum timeframes, and I'll be back if these get triggered. All right, making its way down, almost there to the H2 low. This is where I'd be starting to look for buys. Want to bring that right back to the top. We have the H12 closing in 2.5 hours, so I think I would rather see price come up, fake that out before reversing. All right, so it is moving nicely here. Just want to see that continue and then close above, and I'll look for a continuation back up if it sets up, assuming that it's not going to go, um, assuming that it's not just going to continue pushing down. All right, so almost there. Okay, is continuing to push down. No signs of reversing just yet. Let's trigger momentum time frame here, which is the H4. Don't want it to get down further than this. So I want to see price start to reverse from here. If it doesn't, then I'll have to wait for the H12 to see if there's a continuation move down or if there's a play to get back to the top there. It's moving, dropping a little bit faster than I want, but still bullish as long as we stay above previous day high. All right, so price has come down, triggered the M30 low and the M10 low. If it's going to reverse, it's going to have to do it from here. Price has come down. I want to see that fake out and reverse, but right now it doesn't look good for any buys. I mean, look how strong that H1 bar is. We're breaking out of this range level, M30 range breakout. We've been consolidating right before London, and we broke out. So M30 is now in a bearish breakout phase and just continuing to break out. So it doesn't look like my long ideas from that H4 is not currently playing out, but my overall bearish bias is playing out. So just unfortunate that it went down, or actually unfortunate that it went up and didn't actually trigger that H8 high. This threw me off a bit. I always want to see that get taken. So I still think there's a chance for that to happen. I still would rather see that this continuation after a fake out of the H12 high. So there's still a chance that the H12 can close the way that I want and then get the fake out at that. Otherwise, I'm waiting for price to pull back, form some structure, and then look for continuations. All right, so just gonna set some alerts here. I want to see if price can get back above the previous day high. I don't want to trade right into a faked out previous day high. If it can do that, I'll be interested again to look for longs. Otherwise, I'm going to be waiting for price to continue on down. H2 bar closing in 20 minutes. So let's see, maybe I can find that entry over here. Okay, so not going to do anything right now. Going to wait 18 minutes. I'll be back. And if I don't get that set up here, then I'm waiting for the H12. All right, H2 bar closed, faking out the previous day high. So now I have a bearish bias. Bearish breakout bar on the H2. First setup I'm looking for is a trend retracement setup. I want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, take the trade down. Momentum time frame is right here, the M30 high. If price can get up there, then I'll be looking for a sell. If it gets down, I actually don't mind taking a reversal from the bottom here. This is more of an aggressive move, but the way that I trade is I do believe that it'll trigger those before continuing down. That's always the better trade. And if it wants to continue down, it has to reject something. It has rejected at the top, but now that it has got below previous day high, I do want to see price get back up, reject, and continue. So if it does reject from down here, I'm going to be looking for a move back up. But I'd rather this come up and reject. And this has not triggered H8 high, so I don't like that at all. There's always a possibility it can get up there as well. Okay, so I'm going to set my alerts here at the M30 high. If it gets up there, we'll be looking for a sell, trend retracement setup. If it gets down, I'm going to be looking for a buy. Okay, here we go. We have an M2 that is faking out the M30 low. So I'm going to go for a buy if this closes. All right, so just closed. Now I want to see this pull back a bit. All right, so just risking a little bit on this one. I want to see price get up to that M30 high. So limit order here. Want to see price pull back and then trigger me in to get up to that M30 high, and then up here I'm going to be looking for a sell. Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to wait for this H4 bar to close, which is in 1.5 hours. Okay, triggered in. Aggressive entry here, but I do want to see this pull back for the sell in the next bar. Okay, nice little move here. Triggered the next M30. So I was aiming for the current previous M30. Didn't make its way up there, and now it has triggered the next one. I'm going to go break even here. It hasn't taken out that high. So this was the reason why I wasn't able to catch that sell. And so I do feel that there might be a possibility that it can actually make its way back up. It does make sense here on the M5. We have a bullish breakout. Prices come down, faked out the H2 low below the previous day high, which is actually not the best, but it has faked out momentum time frame. So usually I'm trying to go from one side to the other. I was looking at the M2. It has faked out the H2 as well. So there is a possibility that this can go up. Such a small move. And overall, I'm bullish. So I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for that entire move. Let's see if it continues up. We still have another hour until this H12 bar closes. And currently it is looking, there's a possibility that can break out. I'm at break even already, so might as well just hold it. Let's see, previous, or maybe at the range breakout level. No, the plan was to go for the M30. I don't want to get greedy. It's Monday, just hit the trade and then get off. So that was the plan. Gonna stick with the plan, and I'll come back for the H12. Let's see what it does in 1 hour.